Day 6 of Larry Millete's preliminary hearing just wrapped up, and tonight we have more insight into the days and months leading up to his wife Maya Millete's disappearance. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee. Several people took the stand today, including 2 of Maya's co-workers as well as her brother. Our Shannon Handy was inside the courtroom and joins us live now from downtown with what she heard today. Shannon?
Well, Marcella, we heard a lot in court today. For starters, we heard about how Larry allegedly wanted to hire a hitman to kill the man that Maya was accused of having an affair with. We also heard, as you mentioned, from 2 of her co-workers. They say that Maya confided in them about the problem she and Larry had been having months before she went missing. One said that while she wanted to divorce Larry, that is, she was scared.
She knew she was facing potentially losing the house, paying alimony, paying child support ×3. And we used to just say, you'll make it, you'll be fine, your happiness is worth it, the kids will be fine.
Christine Timmers was not only a co-worker and friend of Maya's, but she's also Maya's son's godmother. She testified Maya told her while she wanted a divorce, she was scared to leave Larry because she was worried he could hurt the kids. She says Maya felt smothered and controlled by Larry. The 2 would often message on Facebook and Instagram, but she told the court they would have to switch between the social media sites because Maya told her Larry had access to her accounts and was not only reading her messages, but at times allegedly pretending to be Maya. We also heard from one of Maya's supervisors. He described her as a good worker, but noticed things started to change in November, a couple months before she went missing. So he called her to talk about it.
I think we were talking about her work and about some delays, and she offered that she was going through a separation with her husband and said it was very difficult. She seemed very emotional about it.
When you say she seemed emotional, what do you mean by that?
Tone of voice, pausing, you know, a little bit of reluctance to share it. It just seemed like, seemed emotional about it.
And we also heard from Maya's brother. He told the court that he started being suspicious of Larry when Larry apparently changed his story about where he was the day after Maya went missing. Initially, he told her brother he had been at work, and then he changed that story and said, oh, I was driving around with our son all day, but he didn't say where he was driving around. That day, January 8th, by the way, is the day prosecutors allege Larry dumped Maya's body, which at this point has never been found. Marcella?
So Shannon, Larry is charged with her murder, though the body, as you just mentioned, hasn't been found. And a judge still has to decide if there's enough evidence to send this murder case to trial. Is there any indication as to how much longer this preliminary hearing will go on? How many more witnesses they're planning to call?
Yeah, the judge actually asked the prosecutor today how much longer does she expect this to go on. In other words, how many more witnesses you have to call, because you kind of sense some frustration. You sense in the courtroom that the judge and some family members just want to get this over with and figure out if this will go to trial, because it has been a long several days. The prosecutor told the judge today that she hopes to have her last witness on the stand by the end of tomorrow or on Monday. But again, the prosecution, or at least the defense, they get a chance to do cross-examination, so this could go well into next week, at which point a judge will decide if this case goes to trial. By the way, the preliminary hearing does continue tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Marcella?
All right, Shannon, thanks so much.